Monsanto is up 5%, Kaveri Seeds is down 1.5%. To understand the divergence in these two stocks and what's moving them, we're now joined by Sonal. Sonal?
Thanks a lot for that, Reema. And well, the news is that Supreme Court has ruled that Monsanto can own a patent over genetically modified cotton seeds in India. That is a positive for Monsanto for sure, but not that big a negative for Kaveri Seeds. If I just run you through the background, sometime back, Monsanto had licensed its patent relating to BT cotton technology to different Indian companies, and these Indian companies had to pay a recurring fees that is called the trait value in relation to these BT cotton seeds. And after a while, they complained that this trait value is very high, and they asked Monsanto to lower it down. However, Monsanto did not agree to that, and hence all these cotton seed companies, they filed a case against the Monsanto with CCI, alleging that the company is involved in anti-competitive practices. Monsanto, on the other hand, it terminated its contract with all these seed companies and also initiated arbitration proceedings. So in some time back, the lower court said that they issued an order in favor of these seed companies, and they said that Monsanto is not allowed to have a patent with respect to these BT cotton seeds. Today, Supreme Court says that yes, Monsanto is allowed to have a patent for these BT cotton seeds, which definitely is a very big positive for Monsanto. Now remember, in March of 2018, government had slashed the BT cotton seed price to 740 rupees per packet, but the trait value, that was reduced to 39 versus 49. Trait value is basically the royalty that these seed companies are paying to Monsanto. Why is it not that big a negative for Kaveri? Because I spoke to the company, they said that they've already paid all the dues that they had to pay to Monsanto. Now there are no pending dues. The next thing that will actually decide the way forward for all these seed companies will be the trait value, whether it's increased from that 39 rupees, whether it's decreased, and who has the actual power to decide on the trait value. That is something that we are watching out for.
Absolutely. Thanks a lot for that. So some recovery seen in Kaveri Seeds off the lows, and will be also important to see where the money goes, whether it goes to the international arm of Monsanto or the Indian parent. And if it does go to the international arm, does it actually come to the Indian parent or not? Which is why Monsanto too, after that initial uptick of about 10%, is now sitting with gains of just about 4.5%. Let's move on then. We told you first, and now it has been confirmed. Bandhan Bank announces the acquisition of Gru Finance through a share swap deal. Nisha Podar, who was the first to break this story, joins us now with the latest. Nisha.
Thanks so much for that, Mangalam. Of course, the stocks are under pressure today, and taking a look at Bandhan as well as Gru Finance merger, that creates a large rural as well as semi-urban lending franchise, which is worth about in market cap about $11 billion. So that's a large company that is getting created. What does this 568 is to 1,000 share swap ratio and merged entity really mean for Bandhan Bank? Well, it reduces the promoter stake by 20% to get closer to the RBI's guidelines, which it has violated in August 2018. On the other hand, for HDFC, which owned 58% stake in Gru Finance, it will reduce its stake in the merged entity to about 15% and make it easier for the company to really monetize this financial investment. Here again, the regulator, RBI, will play a very important role if it gives the permission to HDFC Limited to increase it from 5 to 10% and the special permission above 10% in the company. Nonetheless, it is going to be easily monetizable, and especially at a valuation which really comes to the value of about 13,000 crore rupees, which HDFC can really lift off from this particular transaction. And remember, it is over 13 times price to book of Gru Finance, at which Bandhan has bought it. So an expensive trade, but complementary for Bandhan at this point, also because of the synergies that come with the two companies coming together. First, of course, is going to be the large footprint that it will get in the housing finance business, will not only reduce its concentration risk and geography, but will diversify its business. But the downside could be a little bit of dilution in the ROE because of the SLR and CRR requirement. So we'll have to see net-net what really works out for both the companies. It will take 9 to 12 months for this merger to be completed.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And the government has tabled the bill relating to the 10% quota for the economically backward upper caste, something that we were talking about yesterday.
Take a look at the commodity prices, and in that what really seems highlighted today, of course, is the global sugar prices, which gained 6% overnight, and we've seen a multi-month highs come in for this one. The Indian sugar prices in the meanwhile continue to be under pressure, but what really is hogging the limelight right now, of course, is the global space, where there are drought conditions now in Brazil, and the latest data from US USDA suggests that Brazil sugar exports for 2018-19 are estimated now at 19.6 million tons, which is the lowest since 2007, and that is expected to give some support to the sugar industry in the global markets. Well, that of course could be a good news for India because we are trying to export here. The government, as we understand via sources, also is looking at a new ethanol package here. So there's lots that is happening in case of the sugar industry. Just one quick word, and that really is the latest report that is coming in sense of the India output on sugar, which is up by 6.5% for this year until now. So that could, of course, be a bit of a dampener. But if the global cues was anything to look at, I think we are headed for some better days in this case here.
All right. Meanwhile, it is earnings season and the first of them hits your screen. We have Tata Elxsi reporting their numbers. The net profit has come in lower by about 20%. So we'll try and get more details as far as the revenue and the margins are concerned for Tata Elxsi. Remember, the order intake as well as the constant currency growth will be most important. Q3 is usually the softest quarter for the IT sector in as compared to all the other quarters. 20% decline in the profits. The stock is down about 0.75% after declining yesterday. We'll take this and all the other news forward in the next shows.